But yeah, I'll have a little look in a minute. Wait for the keepers first. Just going to finish my tea. Wait for people to join the stream. Yeah, got cut off before, and then we stopped at the services for a bite to eat. Actually had a German kebab, which was actually quite nice, surprisingly. I just wanted to try it because it was something different I hadn't tried before inside the services. Cost a bit on the pocket, mind, for a kebab, but it wasn't too bad. What was it called, Joe? What is it on the cup? No, it's not. DPG kebabs or something, and it's inside. Hello again. Yes, I'm back, and I'm back with the lineups. Got cut off before, so basically just going to hand over my cup of tea and grab the lineups for you. So I thought I'd look back on. I've had a bite to eat, German kebab at the services. It's quite good. Yeah, still on the couch. Got another half an hour or so yet. So the lineups are in. So in goal is Matt Cox, making his debut tonight instead of Will Brook. The back line consists of Hull, Anderson, Boyle and Clucas. By the looks, he's going for 4 at the back, I think, looking at that. And in midfield we have Sang, Perry, Morgan and Ruffles. And Ojinako as well, by the looks. So he looks like he's going with 5 in midfield, and with the and up front it looks like it's Morgan. But yeah, that's right about it. So it looks like it's a 4-4-2 maybe. I can't quite work it out looking at it. But anyway, subs, obviously Brooke, Lloyd, Scully, Freeman, Kabir, Lee and Marquis. Marquis isn't starting. And so yeah, Isaac Lee isn't playing again. But that's not a surprise. So that's your lineups. What formation I think he's putting out, I don't know. I haven't really come to grip with it, but that's your lineups. Yeah, I think we're about 20 minutes away from Cambridge, I think. And there was a bit of traffic before we got to the services. Apart from that, though, we haven't done too bad. I think there was a bit of a collision or something, which we avoided, and back on time. So tired, very sleepy. I always am. The older I get, the more tired I'm doing these coach trips, and especially in the weekend, it's a long one. When did I get on the coach? Got the coach about 10 to 3, so it's now been on over 3 hours, and we've had half an hour stop, so well over 3 hours on the coach, half an hour stop, and then probably, I don't know exactly where we are, I'm not quite sure, but it's probably another 20 or 30 minutes, someone said. So yep, it's an 8-hour round trip, isn't it, to Cambridge, because you kind of go down to Birmingham and you start heading down, and then you've got to go across, and it's the going across bit that gets a bit tricky. So trying to look on the sign to see exactly where we are, but yes, there was a big fire in the town centre not far from the castle on Castle Street, I believe. So it was all cordoned off. I don't know exactly the scale of the damage. I haven't been into town, but yeah, I did see that they had cordoned it all off, and you weren't able to walk that way down to the train station. I'll probably go and have a look tomorrow and be nosy, as I do. But of course, obviously, I've got to edit the vlog, which I might do a video based on how long it takes my vlogs to be edited and put together. Now, I estimate that obviously I take snippets of the games and say my bit as it happens, and obviously I do my little montages as well at the beginning. So I do my montages at the beginning, which probably take a good half an hour to put together and sync it up with the music so everything cuts right, do it properly, put up the little images and graphics and whatever, interview a few people, cut out bits I don't want in. So yeah, that probably takes a good half an hour, 40 minutes just to do that, and that's just like cutting it up on a rough edit. That's without actually putting in all the extra little bits that I put in. So like the bit that comes up and says this ain't Hollywood, it's Shrewsbury, and then obviously putting the little bits in the buy me, things like that. They all take a little bit of time. And then the main bit, of course, I have to watch everything, and then obviously I have to do a rough edit, which I do on my phone. So basically of the game, so I watch it all that I put together. So I'll probably have about 50 minutes versus of footage, and then I've got to go through the whole lot and chop it all out, cut little bits out, and that takes probably a good hour or so, good hour or two. And then obviously I have to put that then onto my computer off my phone, and then I go through it and do another edit. So then you've got to edit all the graphics, edit out any swearing I can find that I try to edit out. Can't edit it all out, you know, but anything that I say myself I tend to edit out, or maybe someone next to me. And then obviously I've got to make the little graphic that goes up in the top, so put the team shirts in, and then I've got to change the goals. Obviously I've got to do that quite a bit lately because we're letting a lot of goals in, so it's going to go from 1-0 to 2-0 to 3-0 to 4-0 to 5-0 to 5-1 or whatever, however it goes in that. So yeah, that's got to be all done separate, and you've got to edit up your layers in Adobe Premiere. And obviously you've got to sort out your sound. Sometimes, like I had wind noise outside at half time against MK Dons, and wind noise, well, it's a killer really. It's not great. You can't get rid of wind noise very easily. You have to alter frequencies and stuff like that. So, but overall I'd say it takes about probably a good 4 hours to edit a video. And then you've got to put it online, and you've got to put your description in, and you've got to think of your title, and then you've got to where you're going to slot your advert slots in, and then you've got to add all your extra little links like your sponsors and that. So how many Shrewsbury fans are going, right, that's me going on about how I do my videos. Yeah, it takes about 4 hours, I'd say, on a Sunday to do. And then I've got to do a thumbnail as well. So yeah, 4.5 hours on average. So how many fans do I think will be going tonight? Well, I think I counted 25 or 26 on the bus. So if you times that by 2, I think that's your answer. I don't think there'll be 100. I think it'll be under 100 tonight. And I'm not surprised, and probably rightfully so. The journey, the recent results, the optimism, all adds up, doesn't it? Why go out all the way to Cambridge on a miserable Tuesday night, a good 3 hours away, watch us get smashed 3 or 4 or 5 or 6-0 or whatever the score is going to be, and then come home in the early hours in the morning for between about 1 a.m. How many people want to do that? You got to be mad to do it, haven't you, really? You got to be off your nut to want to go all the way to Cambridge on a Tuesday night to watch Shrewsbury Town get smashed. And but these ones sometimes can be the best of away days. Some of the best away days I've had have been when there's hardly anybody there. So a pointless game. So I think a lot of people would if they could, but would you really want to when you've been watching it? I mean, if you're young like you are, Jansen, then yes, you will be optimistic and avid and want to be there every week and whatever. But as you get older, you tend to get knocked by it, but it becomes habit for some of us. So the likes of me, I don't know, many others on this coach, it becomes a habit. It becomes a way of life. It's not great, but as I said, some of these little trips away in the week can be some of the best trips you can ever have. A prime example: Wycombe Wanderers away in the JPT Auto Windscreens, whatever you want to call it, trophy. It was a Tuesday night. We were doing quite well. We had Grand Old playing for us then. About 100 or so went, and we won 7-0. Absolutely brilliant. What's another one I can remember? I can remember going away to, where was it, Exeter, I think. Similar sort of crowd of what will probably be tonight. And, I think we won. Well, I think we played Exeter a couple of times away in about the same week or something like that. It's going back now a bit. And yeah, I went both times. And Carlisle away. Okay, we were top of the league at the time. 1-0 down. Yeah, well, you know, football's become that expensive. I mean, if I didn't do the videos, I wouldn't be going, I don't think. The videos are a hobby, and now they sort of like cover a little bit of cost for my away trips. Now they're monetized, and it's not a great deal of money, trust me. It's certainly not worth all the hassle I put through, but it might pay for my trip on the coach, or a couple of trips on the coach a month. That's it. But I'm going to say exactly how much, but that's how much it is. That's all I get from it. Whether it's somebody buying me a little coffee, or whether it's Google paying out on how many watch the videos. It's a couple of trips, if that, a month. But I do it. Why? I don't know why. But it's nice to document things, isn't it? It's nice to, I mean, all these will be for years to come. If I stop doing these at the end of the season, which I might do, I could very well easily just say, right, I'm going to pack it in now with the vlogging, or I might just do the odd one now and again. No, I don't think I'm the sort of person they'd want to sponsor, to be honest. I mean, I do have rants, and so yeah, I'm not looking for the club to sponsor me or bail me out or do anything like that. I mean, no, they shouldn't. That's up to me, isn't it? I don't want any things off the club. I don't do it for the club. I do it for me. And I don't think really don't think I'm professional enough to really. When you look at the lad that he actually works for Fleetwood now, doesn't he? What's his name? Ben. He started off doing what I'm doing, but he gets employed by Fleetwood for now. I want to kind of move on from this, and I want to do. There's a guy called Sam in Scotland who does all these non-league grounds and goes aboard, and then you got Fogden and his dad that go aboard, and eventually that's what I want to do. But obviously, in my predicament, I'm always going to find that difficult because I have issues driving a vehicle. I had meningitis when I was 32. Suffered nerve damage, and it affects my right side slightly, especially when I'm sat down. So I can't drive vehicles to a point, so I have to rely on trains, public transport, buses and other people. Well, that's a different story. I can ride a bike though. I can ride a bike up the Longmynd, and I can walk 30 odd miles, but I can't sit still. And that's always an issue I've had. So since I was 32. Lost my jobs and everything for it that I was doing at the time, working at builders, merchants and stuff. Long story. But that's going back 16, 17 years ago now, so 2009. Long time ago. But yeah, we're nearly here. We're at Cambridge. Another reason why I go is because it gets my kids out. So Tom loves it. Joe loves it now and again to go to football, not all the time. He nods his head. But his name's not Joe tonight, it's Fred. Isn't it, Fred? It's called Fred tonight. No, so I think we're virtually outside the stadium now, so if I flip it around you can have a look. So there we are, there's the floodlights over there, I believe. So there we are at Cambridge. It's all reflecting a bit off the windows. Windows are a bit steamed up, but there's your floodlights. And yeah, oh, there we go. There you go, Cambridge United FC. There's the club's superstore and people outside. Ticket office. So there we go. Right, there's a high store there. Everybody's about to get off, so I'm going to leave it at that. And I'll catch you all guys later on the way home if I decide to go live. And so we get a win.